kill. Cannibal walk the earth to get ill, blood spill. Eyes sunk deep and they scarlet bone chill. Few for survival, most for the thrill. Terrorism is the war of the poor. Hold up a mirror so the script get flipped. Cause when it's in reverse, it ain't wrong no more. Cause warfare, the terrorism of the rich. Who's a true gorilla when the pilot's on your body, killing innocent civilians? But a life is a life and a killer is a killer. You had to just chill and push a button, kill a million. See, smoke and mirrors, stripes and stars, stolen for the cross in the name of God. Bloodshed, genocide, rape and fraud, written to the pages of the law, good law. The cold continent latchkey child ran away one day and started acting foul. King of where the wild things are, daddy's proud, cause the Roman Empire done passed it down. Imported and tortured the workforce and never healed the wounds or shook the curse off. Now the grown-up Goliath nation holding open auditions for the part of David. Can you feel? Nothing can save you. You question the rain.
I had two ideas when I started making music. One was that you sample, and it's not, you don't have to worry about it unless you get really big, because they won't sue you unless you get really big. But then if you're really big, it'll be okay. It's worth it. You can get sued. And I learned that that's not true. You don't have to get big. You will get sued, because they sue everybody. You know what I mean? I also thought that you could be a revolutionary, you could be a radical, you could speak truth, and the government and the companies would only bother you if you get big. You know what I mean? Like Assata Shakur, Mumia Abu-Jamal, you know, these people. I learned that that's not true. They fuck with everybody, and they fuck with me. The government and the corporations, they both have an interest in a certain worldview. There's three faces of power. The first face of power are the people in the Senate, the Parliament, the Congress, the mayor, the Prime Minister, the people that we see. That's the first face of power. There's another face that decides what their agenda is going to be before we even see them. There are people that set their agenda, and those people are harder to see. The third face of power that's very hard to see are the people who shape the worldview of the masses. And these are the people that control music and the media, the news. They control television, they control movies, they control magazines, they control newspapers, they control all of those. And they promote a certain view of life and certain ideas about what's possible. And that thing is a combination of corporations and government. And so I've been fucked with by both. The Department of Homeland Security, which is this new agency that turned into the NSA, National Security Agency, that spies on all Americans. They took some money from me. They forced me to register with them, to acknowledge that they were going to track me and watch me. Every time I fly, my bag gets lost because it's searched extra times at every stop. So when I arrived in Germany on this trip, my bag showed up the next day. When I go to Puerto Rico, my bag shows up the next day. If I want to go to Saudi Arabia or Egypt, I have to apply months in advance because I wanted to make my pilgrimage to Mecca. And I applied for my visa when everybody else applied, and everybody else's visa got approved, but mine didn't. And so I missed Hajj 2 years. The third year I applied months in advance, and then I got to go. I went to South Africa, and they stopped me in Amsterdam, and they told me that I needed more pages in my passport. So I had to leave the airport, go to the embassy. All of these things happen one time to some people, but they happen to me every time. Also, I had a sponsored tour with Verizon Wireless, who's a big, major mobile company, and they removed me from their tour because of the song Uncle Sam Goddamn. When I put out this but I still, at that time, I used to go on big television, Conan O'Brien, big nighttime television. And with this album, they didn't invite me to do any of that. And I offered to do the song Morning in America with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine playing, and I have the Muslim women dancers who have the niqab on and they're dancing. This would have been amazing. And I offered it to all of them and they all turned it down. I was talking to Jackson Brown, who's a famous singer, and they ask him to come on those shows all the time and he turns them down. I was talking to him about performing my song Letter to My Countrymen with him playing the guitar. Stools, 3 of us on stools. Me in the middle, Jackson Brown on this side playing guitar, and Cornel West on this side. The 3 of us performing the song on David Letterman and all these other shows, and they turned it down. So I've noticed a lot that when the message gets very radical, it's very difficult, And this is why Kanye West is important.
We at war. We at war with terrorism, racism, but most of all, we at war with ourselves. God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. You know what the Midwest is, young and restless, or restless. Might snatch your necklace, and next these might jack your Lexus. Somebody tell these who Kanye West is. I walk through the valley of the shadow where death is. Top floor, if you alone and leave you breathless. Try to catch it, it's kinda hard getting choked by the Texas, and I check the method.
And this is why Kanye West speaks the way he does, because he's so powerful that they can't deny him. And he says things and does things that people don't like and they don't understand. And I don't like all of them either. I don't understand all of them either, but he's important because he's free. What he does with that freedom, I don't always agree with, but it's important because he's free and they can't stop him. He's so big and powerful that they can't stop him. And that's why, I think that's why he's calling himself a god. The 5%ers in America, the nation of gods and earths, they were saying that the black man is God. And that was a response to the idea that only white people can be gods. And so I think that all of that stuff is about asserting power. And I think that that's important in some ways to do. We also have to be careful about it too. Power, you have to, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with power. So I don't think we're wrong either to question Kanye West when he has power, the same way we question Barack Obama when he has power, the same way we question anybody, big business people when they have power, and challenge them and critique them. But it's important for people of color to have power.
Yeah, and I am somebody, and we am, and she am, and he am, and I am somebody. I was raised with the raised fist, Angela Davis, summer '68 Olympics.